May is Mental Health Awareness Month, and this is a time where we can all get together and share our stories. And this month's theme for Mental Health Awareness Month is actually how sharing our stories helps create community. And I think that really is a big part of it with mental health is breaking the silence, breaking the shame, breaking the stigma against mental health, because in society there still really is a lot of people who will get down on you if you say you have anxiety, depression, PTSD, or any other kind of mental health condition, and they don't really understand how much it affects your daily life. They don't understand that mental health actually is a disability and how debilitating it can be at times. And sharing our stories helps us be stronger together. It helps us advocate for our community, and it helps other people to understand what we go through. And I've been speaking up about mental health for several years now. So it's something that I'm comfortable with, I'm familiar with. I write about it on my blog. I've been on several different podcasts to talk about mental health. I do these videos, and it really is something that is in my heart, because a lot of what we go through, we suffer in silence. And that is one of the biggest struggles of mental health, is having to go it alone and feeling like you don't have support from other people, especially the people closest to you, because a lot of times those people are not helping you on your mental health journey, and that can be really difficult, especially when you are in a home that is invalidating of your mental health, especially if you're like a teen or a young person. And I went through that a lot with my parents, and I grew up in a household with like a narcissist and a perfectionist, and it was really difficult for me. And it took me a lot of years to get to a space where I was more okay with sharing things and more comfortable and more healed. And at the beginning, it can be very helpful to seek out support and to talk about your symptoms and to be in online support groups and communities and forums and ask people for help and advice who have been through something like you have. Because while it's good to talk to a therapist or a life coach or another mental health professional to work on coping skills and limiting beliefs and stuff like that, having validation and support from other people who have gone through something similar to what you have and learning what works for them can also be extremely helpful and extremely validating, because you know that you're not alone in what you're going through. And you very much are not alone, because 1 in 5 people in the United States has a mental health condition, and that's like 20% of people. And some of the most common mental health conditions are like anxiety and depression, and I have both of those. So if you have questions, you can definitely ask me in the comments, and I'm happy to share about anything that's been helpful for me. And a lot of it, like for me, has been my spiritual journey, has been very intertwined with my mental health. And excuse me, things like mindfulness, meditation, and yoga have been very healing for me, as well as like going out in nature, spending time in green and blue spaces, disconnecting from your phone and social media, because a lot of times there are helpful spaces on social media for mental health, and you can get a lot of support and find people who are very like-minded with you. But at the other times, you can find yourself comparing yourselves to influencers and people with perfect lives, and they're sailing around on this yacht in the Bahamas or whatever, and you're like, wow, yeah, that made me feel 30 more times depressed than I did before. And especially as a mom, there's a lot of these mommy influencers that are posting all these pictures of their kids and how they look perfect and whatever, and how they made this craft and it's so nice. And you're like, wow, I can barely get my kid to color with a pencil or pick up toys off the ground. And you're just like, okay, I suck as a person. Well, you don't suck as a person, and nobody sucks as a person, no matter what you're going through. You are still a worthy and worthwhile person. But number two, a lot of these influencers that you see that are on, I don't know, wherever, social media, in general, they have a team and a crew that's in the background that edits their videos, that they got a babysitter for their kids, they got a cleaning woman that comes in, half of them don't even post their videos from their real house. So don't be comparing yourself to that. And don't let somebody else's highlight reel be the standard of comparison for you, because I mean, yeah, we all have those mountaintop moments, your college graduation, your most awesome vacation, I don't know, the day you went to the spa and got this complete beautiful makeover. no matter what you do, like you're not doing that like 100% of the time. You're not like kicked up in the bathtub with your feet up reading a book all day. I mean, that's not life. I mean, we have like bills to pay and kids to feed and stuff to do. And so, like, a lot of that plays into our mental health too. So don't let other people get you down on yourself. And like, if you are ready to speak up and share your story, like, definitely do that here. TikTok is a very welcoming space, or at least I find it to be so. There's other really good communities out there too. National Institute of Mental Health actually has a campaign where you can like go and share either your written story or your video on their website. So I think you can do it anonymously too. I'm not for sure on that, but like check it out. And there is tons and tons of information out there. So the more that like you can connect with the community through this month of May, definitely do that. And if you have things that you want me to address on here, definitely reach out to me as well, because I have been certified as a life coach. I have a coaching program, so I have worked a lot through this with myself, and especially like things like counteracting your limiting beliefs, and how spirituality and meditation and law of attraction and affirmations and things like that can really help rewire your subconscious brain where a lot of this negative thinking lives. So definitely reach out if you have questions. And if you're sharing your story, you are so brave and you are doing a great job. Follow for more.